Hello, Juicy Peaches. How are you? I've just woken the cat up. We've just been sat here really quietly. She's here. Oh, look how cute she is. I just love her. She's so sweet. We have two cats here at the moment, Bodger and Badger, as you might know if you watch my videos. So I wanted to share with you some of my process today because maybe it will help you, especially if you are someone who has been into like conspiracy theories and like like kind of like anti the monetary system, and if you have like ever kind of basically I did the Joe Dispenza meditation this morning, and afterwards I had what I call, I think I've spoken about this before, my inner hippie and my inner party animal show up. And basically these are aspects of what I call the wounded masculine and the wounded feminine and the wounded masculine. So the inner hippie is like the flaky one, the victim. I'm not saying like hippies are like that. This is just my inner hippie, okay? My inner hippie is afraid of the monetary system and chooses to opt out of the monetary system and basically wants to live off grid and doesn't agree with the way the system's run and doesn't want to be part of the monetary system and like wants to be free, okay? Which is completely valid, and I totally appreciate where my inner hippie is coming from. And then like my inner party animal is kind of reckless. It wants to kind of disrespect money, like it wants to just like go and have loads of fun and not take anything seriously, not like, and it kind of is a bit like bullyish in a way. They're aspects of the wounded feminine and wounded masculine, and they show up quite a lot when I'm breaking through to a new level in my business, and they are a form of self-sabotage for me. And hold on, I've just got an itch. Yeah, they're a form of self-sabotage, and basically because I grew up on conspiracy theories and like hearing about the negative aspects of the monetary system and about sticking your finger up to the man and like anarchy and because I like partied so hard and I was quite sort of anti-establishment and reckless, right? And kind of, like there was an element of it being like conscious about that, but I was quite unconscious really. And I really do feel like that there's probably a conspiracy within conspiracies here, because like they don't want you to be super successful, like they want us to be good little worker bees and good little consumers, but they don't want us to be free. And so this is like, I don't know if that's true or anything, but this is just what's been coming through to me. And it's like whenever I am wanting to do certain things that require like a lot of effort or energy or devotion in my business, or like one of the things is being back in the UK and having a vision for how I want my life to be, and how I've not let myself have this vision of everything I want. It's always been this or that. It's been either I go traveling and travel, or I have a home, and I'm realizing, oh, I can do both. And like my inner hippie would be the one who doesn't want to have a base, doesn't want to have any foundations, doesn't want stability, but just wants freedom. Whereas what I'm realizing I want is, I realize that true freedom, or the way that true freedom is for me, is to have both, is to be secure and safe and stable and free. Like I feel like those things are part of freedom if you want to contribute to society. And that's another aspect of this, is that I've realized Like, I want to have an impact. I want to contribute to society. I want to be part of that. And so I had this kind of daydream thing. Like, it was like after I did the meditation, and I was like seeing myself with a team of people, like a makeup artist, someone doing my hair, and we were about to film a YouTube video, and like I heard or saw my inner hippie kind of scoffing and like snickering and laughing about it. And like she was like, is this what you really want? Is this who you really want to be? And then my inner party animal was like, you just want to be famous, you don't care, like you're just doing this, like it's just all your ego, it's ego desires. And it's one thing that I have grappled with around desiring a lot of money. It's like, is this coming from my ego? Because so many people fall in the trap when they start receiving lots of money. They become very like superficial and plastic fantastic and egotistical, and do you know what I mean? Like braggy and stuff like that. And there's people who want money for those reasons. And I've questioned myself deeply around it. And like, yeah, obviously there's like, I want to have a high standard of life. I want to have a high quality life. I want to do the things I want to do. I want to have nice things. I want to live in a nice place. I want to be able to do the things I want to do when I want to do them. Yeah, of course. But it's not like, I also want to be like, I also have other things like wanting to pay for my family's private healthcare in the UK, which we have the NHS here, so it works a bit different to the US. But yeah, so, and like, you know, being able to take my friends on to like out for a spa day, and being able to, you know, those things as well. And then the other aspect of it is like, I want to impact women's lives and couples' lives, like women and men. It's not just about women, but even though I work with predominantly women, I'm teaching them how to be in a really empowered relationship dynamic with their men as well, and with their money. And so it impacts the whole freaking world. Like, I want to do that on a bigger scale, in a bigger way. And also with the money that I receive for my contribution, I want to then contribute more to the things that matter to me. So anyway, this has all been coming up, and I know I've spoken about this probably in another video, but I had this kind of dream. The reason I keep looking over there is because I wrote a post about it on Facebook, and I'm just kind of looking over the post. So I had this daydream type thing where, yeah, so I was having my hair and makeup done, and we were about to film a video, and it was like my team, and my inner hippie was like scoffing at me and like snickering or sniggering, whatever the word is, and was like, is this who you really want to be? Is this what you really want? And I was like, yes, it is. Like, I really want this. And like, I know that you think you're free. Like, you may feel free, and you have a certain type of freedom because you're like, you don't have any responsibility. You're just like, you know, you may have like a low carbon footprint, and you may feel free because you live life moment to moment, and you're just, you know, traveling around, getting by, and like sleeping in huts and thinking of positive world change. And like, who am I to say that that isn't valuable in this world, or that isn't a form of expansion of consciousness, and that, or that isn't enough? Like, of course you're enough. You're inherently enough, whatever it is you choose. Like, even if you did nothing your whole life, you're still like enough, you know. But it's just not what I want. Like, that's just not what I want. And I was saying this to my inner hippie, and I was saying like, I want to have higher standards. I want a fuck ton of money. I want to experience life to the full. I want to have private health care. I want to look after myself as the queen and goddess that I am. Like, I want to be able to pay for lots of support and have a team and a company, a business. I want to be able to contribute to society. I want to have a bigger impact in the world. I want to change lives. I want to be financially secure and free. I want to easily empower those who are less fortunate. I want to have a fuck ton of money to be able to contribute in that way. I want to be able to invest in ethical, sustainable brands and organizations and do humanitarian work and like philanthropic work. I want to be able to do all of that, and I can't do that if I'm a hippie bumming around. And like, that's just what I want, you know. I maybe be able to impact a few lives. I may be contributing in other ways, but this is what I want. So I said to my inner hippie, yes, this is what I want. This is who I want to be. I don't want to float around feeling like a victim to the monetary system. No matter how much money I receive, there's been this part of me that still feels like a victim to the monetary system, and who still agrees that the way the system is run is corrupt. But that's not money's fault. And why should that stop me having money? Like the kind of money I really want, you know, like I'm feeling into my millionaire maven expression here. And it's like, why should I let some fuckwits at the top who are abusing money and the monetary system stop me from thriving financially in the ways that I want to? And my inner party animal was like, oh, this sounds boring. This sounds too serious. And I was like, no, do you really think I'm going to do this without pleasure? Do you really think that this is going to be boring? Like, I've been a pleasure seeker my whole life. Like, I've been an adventurer my whole life. Do you really think that this isn't going to be the same? Like, of course I'm going to do this in a way that feels good and that is fun and that is pleasurable and blissful and that is in like alignment with who I am now. And like, basically I was just saying like that those aspects of me are parts of me that have got stuck from like when in my early 20s. They've just been like stuck in me, and like they're the parts of me that give me flashbacks to these ridiculously reckless times in my life where I was taking, you know, getting high and doing all kinds of crazy things. And these are the parts of me that, those two aspects of me can't handle society. They can't handle money. They can't handle stability. They can't handle security. They can't even handle reality, right? And so why am I listening to them? Why am I letting them stop me? And they're like the flaky and destructive parts of me that come up every time I'm having a breakthrough, or every time I'm about to go to a new level in my life, or every time I'm wanting to devote to something. They come up and they sabotage. It's self-sabotage, and it stops me. And I start feeling like, I start buying into what they're telling me, the lies that they're telling me. And yeah, and I was just saying to them, like, the truth is, I'm going to do this anyway. And I want them to both be part of this. I want them to be in their empowered expression, because I feel like their free spirit, their quirkiness, their like cheekiness, you know, like that aspect of them is going to be part of my secret sauce to success. Like, I don't want to not have those aspects of me, but I don't want it to be in that wounded expression. And I was just like, look, if you're going to try and sabotage me every time I'm about to break through, then I'm going to have to let you go. And I'm willing to let you go and become a different person without you. I'm willing to let you go. And I am going to let you go. I'm letting you go. I'm letting you go. And I was like, I am letting you go. And I started saying that. And then like I saw them kind of flickering and fading away. And then I just had this surge of light come through me, and I was beaming light, and it kind of helped them disappear. And for a moment I felt sadness and I felt grief, and I almost was like, oh my God, what have I done? Like, I was kind of like feeling regret, almost like, what have I done? They've gone, like, kind of thing. And then I heard this voice saying, have patience. And I surrendered to this experience. This is all in my daydream. And I surrendered to this experience, and I just felt love and bliss washing over me, just love and bliss, love and bliss. And then I like opened my eyes, and there was this woman who looked magical, like this goddess just walking towards me, and I realized it was me. And she was wearing this band, like a kind of like a bracelet thing that my inner hippie was wearing, and she was wearing the electric blue eyeliner on her bottom eye, what's it called, waterline. And I was like, oh my god, it's them, like merged together in their most empowered expression, which is me, part of me. And then we embraced, and then I merged with her, and then it was like this full body yes to my desires. And then my like future was kind of playing out as a movie, and I stepped into it as this version of myself, and it was really amazing. And I just wanted to share that. And this is going to run out. I've got to go. Okay, I love you. Have an amazing day. Keep it juicy. Mwah. This is running out. Sorry.